Hey friend, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kaylin. This is Full Purpose in Heart, and I am super excited, as usual, to share today's resources with you. I have been a fan of Teachers Pay Teachers for a very, very long time, since I very first started teaching preschool and doing school with my kids and all that good stuff. So I have a lot of purchases from Teachers Pay Teachers. And so I thought I was going to curate a bit of a video for you to share some of my all-time favorite resources from all subject levels and grade levels that I've purchased from Teachers Pay Teachers. This is not a sponsored video. I'll just go ahead and throw their links down in the description box below so that you can access them if it's something that you want to look further into. And I have a few, so I'll try to keep it a little bit short, but I've got a couple good things. So let's go ahead and get started. You already know I'm going to start with a shameless plug for my all-time favorite planner, the Homeschool Planner. I made this resource. This is my resource on my Teachers Pay Teachers site. And yes, I am plugging it here because I keep going back year after year after year and adding new stuff to it and using it and reprinting it over and over and over again. So it's just a standard planner. I've built it so it looks similar to like a Happy Planner or whatever that brand is. I think it's like Recollections Planner. So it just has blank boxes that you can fill in. You can download it onto Canva and then write your own words in and kind of tailor it that way. And then plan your stuff, whether you're a pre-planner or a post-planner or whatever it is, you just write your stuff in and then you print it at home. So you print it on like heavier-ish paper, like 20-ish pound paper, and then you can use markers and highlighters and it doesn't bleed through. I love my planner, so that's a shameless plug for all things planning when it comes to homeschool, okay? All right, the rest of my pile here is in no particular order. So one thing that I'm gonna do, I don't have something to show you for this, but I love fonts. When I make my own resources or print my own stuff, I love having fun fonts to be able to use. And so I have two font creators who will let you have their fonts free of charge if you are not using it to sell work. If you are a creator and you're often selling work and that sort of thing, then you can purchase a license for it and use their fonts. But just as like a homeschool mom who makes worksheets for her kids, you can have these fonts. So my two favorites is KG fonts, and then the second one is Hello fonts. So go to Teachers Pay Teachers. They have one that you can purchase a license to if you're a creator, and then they also offer it for free just for families under your word that you're not creating stuff and selling it, okay? So that's one thing. Okay, the other thing that I'm gonna share that I don't have to show you, but I'm gonna put it in the description box below. The Moffat sisters or the Moffat girls, I can't remember the name of their shop, has created monthly no prep like morning work pages. And I went back to those purchases year after year after year when my kids were little. For all of my kids, when I taught preschool, like I reprinted those all the time. And they're essentially just morning work pages that kind of hit a few different subjects, phonics and handwriting and a little teeny bit of math, maybe like a number, that sort of thing. And it's all themed for the month, which I love seasons. I love changing it up every month. So I went back to those 1,000 times. And if I ever went back to teaching a preschool aged group, I would go back and print those out. So that's like, if that's not a testimony, the fact that I keep going back and back and back to buy it, then I don't know what is. So, or I don't buy it, obviously. When you already own the license, then you can just go back and reprint it. And if the creator updates the product, then you can just go back and reprint it for free. So, okay, so those are the three things that I don't have a product to actually show you, but everything else I like went and found it so that you can see. Okay, so this one is another like preschool product that I loved having in my daily learning notebook with my littles when I did little school. And this is just a look and find. Again, this is a product that I am gonna go back to and print out when I teach the littles at co-op, or if I ever have like some kids come over and we're doing a little letter lesson. I always printed this out and we would listen to the abcmouse.com letter song They're free on YouTube. Just type in ABC mouse and then whatever letter, so letter N, and then it would pull it up and you can listen to the song for free after their little ad. It's like a 3-minute little catchy tune, and they're so fun. And then you can have the kids. And this particular resource, I'll put it in the description box below. There's 2 different types that you can print. So like there's this one where the N words are actually pictures. And then there's a little older version where the N words are words. And so the kids read them and then look for the picture. So 2 levels, and they're so fun. These look and fine. She has them for alphabets, and I believe she has them for colors as well. And so you like find the pictures that are that color. So if you're doing yellow, you could find like a tulip or something. So anyway, these are so cute. The shop is Lauren Thompson at Mrs. Thompson's Treasures description box. It'll be the easiest place to find that. Okay. Another fun thing, and this I only pulled out because I recently remembered it. If you watched my spelling channel or my spelling video from a few weeks ago, I pulled this out and I was like, oh, I used this once. And I was like, I want to use this again. So I literally went back to the resource, reprinted it for my current kinder first grader, and we're using it for the month of March. So anyway, this is something, and if you go to Double Dose of Learning is the name of the shop. She has kinder first grade spelling, and then first, second grade spelling is what I could see. I don't think she has 3rd grade, but I could be wrong. Maybe she does. So I'm actually going to purchase the one for the next level up and use them for next year for our spelling, because it's super similar to like the regular books that you would get, way more labor intensive. So maybe you don't want to get them because you do have to like print it out and bind it and like put these cute little tabs on all the sheets and color coordinate the printing. Like it's a little bit of a project, but when it comes out so cute, how could you not? You already know. You already know that I'm like here for it. Okay. Let's talk about history for a hot minute. History is something that I have learned is kind of a struggle subject for some people. And I am a history teacher by profession. That's what I did when I taught high school. So I love history. And if you've been in my channel, American history is where we've been for the last 7 years, is American history. I promise we're going to world history when my son gets into 8th grade, but we've got 1 more year to finish American history. Then we'll kind of step into world history with a lot of sprinkling of United States. Okay, here's what we've got. First of all is Native Americans, lap book, cultural regions. And we did this when we started learning about the continent, I guess you could say. So this was just a really simple lap book that covered all of the different regions, and it kind of made a product that I could save for our kids. And I don't even remember. Undercover Classroom maybe is the name of it, but I kind of cut it off, so I can't totally tell. Again, check that description box below. But it's just a super cute way that you can do 1 pocket every day. It looks like we've lost the little pieces that were in that pocket, but do a little pocket every day and kind of teach you about the California Intermountain Indians, Native Americans, the Southwest Native Americans, Great Plains, their environment, clothing, and other, and then the Southeast. So super cute resource. Okay, another amazing history resource that I loved, and I printed it out multiple times, which is a huge thing, are these big, I think she calls them big mats, and she has 3 of them for each of the colony regions. And this is obviously New England, but then she has the middle colonies and the southern colonies as well. And it's a big mat. So I had to actually go and have it sent over to the copy shop, and I had to pick it up. So there's that step, which could be a deterrent, but it is super cute and a fun, new interactive way to kind of teach the kids without having to do a lap book or a pocket book or a whatever, right? So these were super cute. And this particular shop is Heart to Heart Teaching. I will, again, description box for that. This is another one of my all-time favorite. I did it with all 3 of my kids. And when I teach the littles at co-op, I will teach this. So this is called a Little Thinkers Unit. This is the teacher's manual. Is this the same? Yeah, look at that. It's the same. I just grabbed 2. Okay, this is the teacher's manual. This is the student notebook that you make as a part of it. And she has this whole unit built where you teach about, and she's got 6, I'm going to say, different units. So this one's citizenship. She has like my world and I literally can't remember any of the other ones, but check the description box. So every lesson is built out where you read a book with the kids and then you do this activity. She has like anchor chart suggestions. She has a little craft. One day is like a whole craftivity day where you make, like, I remember one of them is a rainbow fish day. So you make this cute little rainbow fish. One day you make like a community. I think maybe one of them might be community helpers, maybe, is one of the things. Anyway, it's the cutest little thing. She has, look at it, even like tried to organize my life here, but this is like printables that she has in her download. And so you print them off and then you can play little games and like have examples like, okay, what would you do in this situation? What would you do in this situation? What is that called? Role playing. And then in some of her curriculum, she actually wrote the book that you read with the kids, and you can throw it up on a PowerPoint or you can print it out and actually have a book. I always just kept it on my computer and I would pull it up on my computer and read it that way. So the images were really big and I could save ink and paper, all that kind of good stuff. So anyway, these are called Little Thinkers. And she has them, I think she's got 6 units. I bought 3 of them, I'm pretty sure. So love them to death. Karen Jones is the creator, and her shop is, I don't know what her shop is, but check that description box below, okay? Highly recommend those. They're good for what grade levels? The curriculum is made for kindergarten, but you could easily kind of modify it for a first grader. So there's that. Okay. Another thing that we did, this was history, was we did this Little Explorers unit study, and this shop is the Classroom Nook made this, and she had, it was just so cute. I loved it so much. So these are all of the like pages that went with the readings that are as a part of the download. So we fill out all the pages. Somehow the little like tab thing to hold this book together has been lost, but okay, so that, and then she has a interactive like PowerPoint thing, I guess you could say, that's a part of the download. And so it was the best thing I've ever seen, and my kids loved it. And I've never found anything like it, although I'm sure they're out there. Maybe you already have used them. But essentially, it was like a digital copy of what you see here. So I printed this out and got it all ready for my kids. And then they went online and they would click on the tab that is there, and then it would teach them about, so this is like the Explorer Henry Hudson. And there would be like interactive buttons that you would click, and then you would go back to the home page and click on another person. And so these are all the different explorers, and the kids like learned about them. So I just had them do like 2 a day, I guess. I can't even remember what we did, but they just loved it. And it was all interactive. So if you have a touch screen computer, then it makes it easier for those little hands. But we have a mouse too, so my kids know how to use that. But anyway, so cute. I love the cute little graphics. I love a product that has really cute graphics and is really engaging and visually appealing. When you get products that are like just a bunch of words or whatever, that's not what I go for. So, okay, I have one more resource that I'll show you here, and this is what we're using this currently right now as we speak. And if you're following me on Instagram, then you've seen that we are doing a poetry unit. And oh, you know what I should show you? I also love the resource that I got for our fiction book studies. That's in another video that I just barely did extensively about our book studies we're doing this year. But this that I've made was inspired by the book studies. So I made the tabs that go with this, but the actual unit came as a Teachers Pay Teachers resource. So what I did was I downloaded her resource, and then she has what the poetry type is, and then it's like a bundle. So I had to kind of like build it all together. I'm going to do a whole video that shows you how I did this, but essentially this has a pre-writing page, an organizer like to do the rough draft, and then we do a final copy. So I went through her resource, and she has like 15 maybe different poetry styles. So I picked the ones that I wanted, and then I printed off all of her resources. Then we learned it. I grabbed some of her poetic devices that she had, printed those off. She had some rhyme scheme one, so that's rhyming, theme and tone. She had some of those pages, and then she had some pages where you can, I don't know what the right word, research, I guess, investigate, observe, whatever, famous poets. And so I just printed off some of those, and then we will find examples of poetry and fill kind of these like observations in based on those famous poets. So I just listed some famous poets that we can look here. So the resource is made by Cassandra Donian. I just ruined your name. I can't even remember the name of her shop, and she doesn't have it on the bottom of her pages. So I will put this link in the description box below. And if you're not subscribed to my channel and you want to know more about this, then go ahead and subscribe and then hit that bell, because this particular one is on my list of things to share with you in the next coming weeks, hopefully before the end of the month of March. So then I will show you all about my poetry unit, how I'm doing it, how it's going, how you can do it, all that kind of good stuff. So this is another, I built my whole poetry unit off of one purchase from the Teachers Pay Teachers website, and that's what this is. So check that description box below, and you can find this resource and all of the other ones I mentioned in this video. Again, it's not sponsored, it's just things that I found. And I've been a fan of Teachers Pay Teachers for a very long time. I have my own Teachers Pay Teachers shop for the very few resources that I make and share with you. But I just think it's a great place to be able to support other teachers and other mamas like myself who make something, and then we can buy it from them. Buying from big box companies is fine, and we all do that too. But if there's an opportunity that you can purchase something from a creator who's just a small town girl, then that always is, it just feels good too. So one other thing that I forgot to mention that I do love to find, and I've done this multiple times in different units, is to find like, not borders, what are they called? Like cork board or bulletin board is the name I'm thinking of. Bulletin board sets or kits, and then I can put them up on my board. So hold on to your hats. We're gonna spin around here really quick. But this right here is a bulletin board set. That's fallen down. But anyway, it's a set that I just purchased, and then I'm able to put them up on my wall. I've done it when, hold on, woo, I'm putting you down again. When we studied bones, I had a big set where they had all of the names of the bones and an actual skeleton. When we did the explorers, that was all up there. Revolutionary War, that was all up there. So if you can find just a bulletin board set or a kit for whatever it is that you're doing, then those are kind of fun too, that you can like display different things, whether it's vocabulary or pictures or names of people or events or timelines or all that kind of good stuff. That's another easy find on Teachers Pay Teachers. So anyway, that was kind of a free tidbit at the end that I wasn't expecting, but hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Support my channel just by giving it a quick little click, and that's what I always appreciate that too. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.